Hi guys, Aaron Dorr here, Policy Advisor with the Missouri Firearms Coalition. As this session wears on, we're getting a lot of questions from gun owners asking about a multi-state compact clause that Missouri could enter into to nullify federal gun control. There's some YouTube video talking about this, and insofar as Missouri has SEPA legislation on the move in the Capitol, you guys are asking us if we're going to engage in this multi-state compact or multi-state agreement to nullify federal gun control. I've watched part of the YouTube video of that channel, whose name I forget right now, who's talking about that. But there's one great big problem with what he's talking about, and we're going to address that in this video here right now. I was talking to Senator Burleson about this in his office in Jeff City on Thursday, and he pointed out an obvious and glaring flaw with this, and that is Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3 of our U.S. Constitution. And it makes it very clear there that you can't just snap your fingers and make this happen. It says, and I'll read it to you verbatim, this is again Article 1, Section 10, which is limits on the states, Clause 3. And it says, no state shall, and here's the key part, without the consent of Congress, no state shall, without the consent of Congress, lay any duty of tonnage, keep troops or ships of war in peacetime, enter into any agreement or compact with another state, or with a foreign power, or engage in war unless actually invaded or in such imminent danger as will not admit of delay. And so you can see right there that without consent of Congress, these things cannot be done. And so what we're saying here is that we're going to have to get Nancy Pelosi to sign off on a multi-state compact, which would allow us to have these agreements in place to nullify federal gun control. Obviously, we could all agree that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Some people have said, well, other parts of the Constitution say that if this issue has not been touched in federal law, these compacts hold the force of law until they have been addressed by federal legislation. That may be true, but federal legislation already thoroughly addresses the issue of our gun rights, and so there's no workaround on this. And here's the deal, guys. A lot of times, I get it. Politics is hard work. It's frustrating. It's annoying to watch Republicans stab us in the back over and over and over. It's annoying to see liberal Democrats like Barbara Washington want to put us in prison for 10 years for owning an AR-15 or a 30-round magazine. But too often times, guys, I'll be blunt, gun owners are trying to find a magical cure or a secret way to defend our gun rights, a magic bullet, if you will, to stop all the gun control threats that we're facing. And guys, that does not exist. Our gun rights are only ever as safe as we are going to be willing to fight for them. There's never been a situation where they existed in a static environment. We're either losing ground or gaining ground where our gun rights are concerned. And folks, it's always been that way. It's always been that way. So there is no magic bullet. There is no magical way to stop gun control. It says again right here that without the consent of Congress, no state shall enter into any agreement or compact with another state. And so we simply can't do this because Nancy Pelosi would have to sign off on it. She will not do that. That's a given. And so guys, again, we're back to where we've always been. Your grassroots activism is going to make the difference in Jeff City and in Washington, D.C. If you're not receiving email updates from the Missouri Firearms Coalition, you're out of the fight. You're out of the fight. So go to mofcupdates.com, mofcupdates.com, and get signed up for our alerts. If you're not a member, guys, you're not able to be directly engaged in this fight either. That's joinmofc.com. Again, joinmofc.com. and be involved in this fight. You're going to get from us what you've always received from us. The inside story on what's happening in Jeff City, and then the action items you need to fight back for your freedom directly. We don't operate like most organizations do, where it's, how expensive of a lobbyist can we find? What's the prettiest girl we can find to have them go and work the halls in Jeff City? Our organization relies on your grassroots pressure to get things done. It's always been that way. That's how we passed constitutional carry. That's how we've passed stand your ground law. That's how we passed lifetime carry permits and the expansion of castle doctrine and much more using grassroots pressure. There is no magic cure, guys. There's no easy way to just snap our fingers and just see all these threats to our freedom disappear. That won't happen. And to be blunt, the longer we spend time talking about this or trying to argue about this, the more time our enemies, whether it's in Jeff City or in Washington, D.C., are building their grassroots armies. So guys, hope that answers your question. Take a moment today, again, and sign up for our email alerts. Become a member and get involved in this fight, guys. Have a great day.